hello, and welcome, world. Hi. Oh, that's a big echo. Hello. Right. Hi. Apologies for that. Hi. Welcome, world. My name is DM Dan. We are the Explorers of Elsewhere. This is episode 5 of Titan Talk, where we nerdy ass, not voice actors, have gotten together to have a little chat about our Daggerheart campaign. Daggerheart. Can you tell?
Daggerheart campaign.
I've had
a roaring start.
Our Daggerheart campaign, the Titan Isles. Hi, I'm DM Dan. Next to me is Nate.
Hello.
Next to Nate is Georgia.
Hello.
Below Georgia is Tim.
Hello.
Next to Tim is Theo.
Hello.
And next to Theo is Livy.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this the first Titan Talks where it's been all of us?
It is. Yes, I had
We all have things to say.
I had to do an emergency add a sick frame in for us to all be on screen at once.
Sorry,
yes.
Oh no, it's back.
He's back. We have got a full house today. So, yeah, I suspect I've pledged. And I'd like chat to hold me accountable for this, to not natter incessantly. So hopefully, given that all 5 of you here, that might happen.
Maybe.
We live in hope. We live in hope. So you know what? Let's just jump straight in. Yeah. Episodes 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened.
A lot of things have happened. Livy described them as... Let me see if I can find it. This is how Livy described the rundown of it. So we got stampeded, then we got mothed, and then frozen, and then we got dungeoned, and then we big fight. We got squeezed. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's the rundown.
Yeah.
Oh,
Play
pretty
for play.
squeezed.
Eventful couple of
Oh,
days.
to be squeezed.
Oh, to be squeezed.
Literally in 2 hours? That's everything that's happened to us.
It was a crazy afternoon.
Crazy afternoon.
To be fair, you did have a long rest that we ourselves only realised needed to happen almost minutes before we went live.
Yeah, when we were like, Dad, we've got no resources left. Please, please, Dad, please.
I thought,
Dad, please.
was that a long rest? No, that was a short rest we had.
No, it was long.
I did count as a long. Yeah.
We had a long.
We had a long rest.
No, we longed before we stampeded.
We longed before we stampeded.
Yeah.
And then we had a short rest.
And then we short rested.
We longed
And then we
yes.
got mouthed.
Yes, you short rested, which led to imminent mothing. Yes.
Yes, because we were like, oh, let's have a nice short rest. Let's put together a little campfire. And then we're like,
Oh, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Mouthed.
So I guess yes. I'm getting my episodes mixed up. So episode 12 started with you guys on the frozen river, and then that ran up to the accidental almost TPKing, which led to the dungeon delve, which then led to the fight with Visor.
Money.
So you guys have been nattering quietly in a WhatsApp group on your own that I'm not allowed in. What's been discussed?
Well, I think one of the things we discussed in there was actually the mechanics of everything that's gone on, because it's all been very different from probably what we're mostly sort of used to in sort of like Daggerheart and in D&D and other TTRPGs, to make it sort of like a bit different compared to sort of like a normal fight. So obviously like the Titan fight that we had, that was very much based off what they do in the core
Colossus,
book.
Colossus fights.
And then also sort of like your take on sort of doing like a dungeon delving sort of thing. And we still want to know what our loot is, because we still don't know.
Yes, we have so much loot.
So much loot.
You guys have got like 8d12 worth of rolls.
I think we should put it all in one loot.
I think we should put it all in one loot and get
One
a massive
giant
store.
loot.
One big loot.
Yeah.
And the loot is a loot.
The massive loot that we all play.
Well, yeah, that
string
was that whole like loot mechanic for the dungeon specifically. That was just a spur of a moment thing. Like I was looking at the loot tables and being like, "What on earth do I give you guys?" And then it dawned on me that there are two loot tables, like one or two loot tables, and they both run up to 60, and you can roll. Like basically, the rarer something is, the more dice you roll. So I realized, well, I think it's just a nice way. It's easy to tally how much you've looted. Like you were gaining D12s, and then you can just choose. You can roll up to 5 D12 at a time. So, like, do you want to go for a hat, like lots of more common items, or do you want to splash out on a few uncommon or rares, or do you want to go for the big money and roll a 5 D12 and yeah,
my internet went a bit there, and I thought you said, "Do you go for a hat?" And I was saying, "Don't say that, because Livy will go for a hat."
I would
go
like
for
to
a
roll
hat.
for a hat. Yeah, I would love
there
to
must
roll
be
for a
hats in here somewhere. There must be hats.
No,
But yeah,
this is the one character that doesn't wear a hat. Actually, no, Ravi didn't wear a hat either. All my other
No.
Dungeons and Dragons characters always
No,
wear a
that's
hat.
true.
Most
That's true.
items can
Maybe
be
had
hats if you
shoes.
believe in yourself.
Yes, I can absolutely make them hats. But yes, I think. But yes, we haven't had a chance to roll those loot results out, so that will happen to start of episode 15. We can retroactively do that as you rummage through your bags to see what you've been emergency looting on your way out.
So there was that, and I guess even like the mechanics of the stampede were still like it was a fight, but it was a moving fight.
Yeah, it was more.
And bless you, Dan, you did ask, like, does anyone have motion sickness? Because we were all like, oh my god, how fast are we gonna go?
Yeah. Well,
And a couple of us were like, yeah, and he was like, I'm doing it anyway, boys.
I just won't look at it.
Get good scrubs.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, there was a point where, like, I'm not normally motion sickness, and it's certainly not the first time that I've had a scrolling, like, chase scene. And then just for some reason, because originally it was going up, like, the map was coming from the top down.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the alignment was still the same, and I've just sat there and I was trying to, like, sort things out. And, like, I felt myself going, oh. I was like, if I'm going, I have to change something here. But yeah. Well, I mean, yes, you're absolutely right. There were a lot of new mechanics that we threw against the wall to see if they stuck. I mean, what did you all make of? I mean, what did you make of the journey mechanic? Just to start from the very beginning, the whole idea of, like, you tell me what we see, we vote on where we want to focus the action in on, something happens, we move on.
Yeah, because we had a little one-on-one chat about that, didn't we, Dan? Because you were a little bit like, how do I make this? How do I get people involved?
How do I Daggerheart these Daggerhearts?
Yeah, how do I dagger these hearts? Yeah, because like that, I guess it's more of a. Is it more of a just a TTRPG thing in general? Like, it certainly felt like in all of the D&D kind of games that we've played, or I've played, the third pillar of exploration always seems like the least interactive, or when it's described as being at the front of everything, it's just like you don't get that sense of, like, wow, and you don't get that sense of discovery, because it's like, oh, we're just going to move. We're going to move in a line until something happens. Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, like the magic's kind of gone. So, yeah, just trying to think, how can I make things exciting for you, and, like, how can I make sure that they're things that you find exciting? And I was like, well, I'll let you guys make it up.
You buggers do it.
What are you here for, Dan? We don't need you.
Because, I mean, like, I guess doing that just meant that I know that every suggestion that comes out is like important to at least one person, but also we all get that sense of like, oh, that's cool. And there were quite a few, oh, that's cool. While we did. So yeah, I quite enjoyed that.
It was fun having ideas from all of us, because I think everyone's mind worked a little bit differently. So we all had, you guys came up with stuff that I probably wouldn't have thought of. That was really cool. So it was a really nice mix.
I think everyone has like icy tundra in our brains, and then we're all thinking about
what
an icy tundra looks like, and all of us have different ideas of what that might look like.
Yeah,
or feel like, sound like. Yeah.
I know I never would have thought of Tim, your like floating, like hot air balloon seed pods. Like when you described that, there was a part of me was like, oh, that's just like that is a vision. Even the crystalline plants, which I feel like I probably should have thought about with this whole everything's turning to ice thing, but you brought to the table, Georgia.
I've never heard of ghost apples before, and I did a whole deep dive on them because they're so cool.
We are an educational channel.
But yeah, I mean, do you like? Did we think that was a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a thumbs wobbling in the middle?
I think it was a good.
I think thumbs up.
It excites the panic of creation, which is always a good thing to feel.
You're like, yeah.
Like, oh no, they've already said a lake. What else can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I've got a cool idea for a geyser. I can't remember which one of you it was, but it's like, there's a geyser. I was like, no, there's no geyser.
When you said geyser, I thought you meant just like a geyser.
Yeah. Just Ray Winston. Just
because I absolutely would have chosen that as a point of interest to go and see.
I think what's interesting about it is from a DM's perspective, Dan, like, did it make it more difficult in terms of maps? Like, how did you plan around what we created? Because I know Frozen Lake is obviously probably quite standard. Yeah, I assume you obviously had that in mind. Yeah, so someone was going to say like a frozen river. I think it was actually me who said like there's a frozen lake, and you were like, oh, thank God. But like, it's like in terms of being a DM with those creations, like, was it more of a case of you picked in your head something that would be very obviously picked and then would allow us to explore different places, or like how would that work for you? Because that's what's curious to me.
Yeah. I mean, I prepped about 6 or 7 maps, and like they were all relatively like safe picks. So like Frozen River, cool, right? Bish bash bosh. And then I think you'll notice when you mentioned Frozen Lake, I probably went, yeah, let's go there. Like a bit too quickly.
I suppose you say that.
Yeah. I absolutely loved you guys kind of bringing these locations to life because I was just kind of ready and prepped to just kind of pounce on any of them and go, cool, right, let's set the action here. I've suddenly got loads of ideas from this like kernel that you fed me. We can do some really, really cool stuff. But then I was also, acutely aware we probably need to have something to show. So yeah, I think like the difficulty was, like there was like a frozen river, there was a frozen like cliff's edge, there was a forest path, which I think we ended up using for the moth, like the short rest, like the ghost forest with ice ghost forest. The difficulty was just being like, I need to think of something that both supports the ideas that you guys come up with without like really boiling them down to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was an interesting one. But I think if we were playing in person, it like the dynamic rapidly changes because you just go, oh, cool, frozen river, and then just draw it. Like put your models down and off you go. Whereas with us, like we've discussed, do I get a grid for on screen and then just like mouse draw lines on to and we realize that'd be a bit naff. So
I can definitely see how it'd be tricky for you because, like, as you say, in person you can just draw something up. But if one of us is like, oh, there's this bit that's like inexplicably there's loads of lava flows in the snow.
Yeah.
If we were all like, oh yeah, sick, then you'd have been in a lot of
It's
trouble.
like big screen.
yeah, it's, and I guess it also just like I absolutely have no problem kind of GMing Theatre of the Mind. I mean, we did in the floating seed pod section, like the threat was kind of devised almost by you guys as well. Like when you described the sap that was dripping down them, and I was like, cool, that's freezing, that's now dropping on you like big old spikes. And obviously that was all Theatre of the Mind. I think that was quite well received. It worked quite well. There was quite a lot of peril. Abe got a hole in his shield.
Yeah, that was mean.
Cassandra did some snadger surfing.
I was a tortoise.
You were a tortoise.
You are an excellent tortoise.
Thank you, George.
You were the best tortoise shield. Tortoise umbrella. But yeah, no, I think the whole thing worked. It was good that like we all like, but being able to say it's hella cold, like it's very, very cold here, just kind of that helped to narrow everyone's focuses in. So yeah, like I say, having a frozen river and going, cool, yeah, Bish Rush got that sorted. It'd be interesting to see what you guys would have done if you'd said, oh, icy forest first, because then it would have been like, what's the big hoo-ha here? Maybe you would have got mothed earlier.
That would save us some time.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. What other things have you guys been discussing?
So yeah, we sort of poked at the dungeon delving thing, but obviously like we knew ahead of time, like we have certain clocks that we have to sort of fill. And we knew that also, like, if we didn't complete the hunt one, then those little bastards would have also joined us in the big Pfizer fight at the end of Act 2. So we sort of knew that, but luckily enough, we just seemed to be rolling really well.
Rolling
like,
shit hot. Yeah.
I think we only had one fail, and it was me.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah, but then you critted a fireball, so it was.
I've done it twice now.
I know.
Critted
Yeah.
2 fireballs.
To put my hands up, I have to admit that idea was actually given to us by Carl, who's running a Fabula Ultima game, and he ran that idea past me, and my feedback to him was, "This is great. I'm stealing it.
This is mine now.
This is mine now. Yes, I'm making it public first, therefore it's mine." But yeah, the idea of having this I mean, I think he hit the nail on the head of like when you do a dungeon in like a computer game, for example. It's like, what is it that you're actually doing? Well, you're doing the exploration, cool. You're probably looking for treasure, cool. And you're fighting baddies, cool. Like every Legend of Zelda dungeon is those 3 things. Every Final Fantasy dungeon, those 3 things. Blah, blah, blah. So then it's like, how do you gamify that? It's like, well, we got clocks, so let's turn everything into a clock. We can have a growing loot pile from when you go looting. The exploration helps make the final fight easier because you unlock the secrets. So mechanically, that was for every 2 segments you filled of the explore clock, Pfizer's difficulties dropped by 1. So if you hadn't filled that out, that last fight would have been spicy. Rather spicy. And then yeah, as you said, like hunting how do you make random encounters not a little bit laborious? It's like, well, you strip them out of the final fight by letting you guys fight them early. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
that works.
Hmm.
I think it's
Yeah,
good.
no, I think we all enjoyed it.
I quite like a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl map, but it's a really nice change of pace. I think just having that sort of more abstracted version, and I think it's a really nice way of being able to do a dungeon in a much quicker way. That we can all get through nice and quickly. We can have lots of those little moments in it without checking for traps every 2 seconds.
And it also then immediately allows you guys to have an influence on what's in the dungeon, because like I can come up with cool ideas for what's in a dungeon that belongs to an icy world spirit, but actually if like turning around to you guys and saying, what do you see that you want to explore? What do you see? What do you see that you think might be hiding treasure? Like you're able to add to it as well. Because I think sometimes, especially just describing one person describing, like you can lose some of your, like you can lose cohesion in how well everyone understands it. But yeah, like I wouldn't have thought, like, again, silly me, I wouldn't have thought, oh, there might be treasure frozen in the wall, which is what Abe found. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Definitely going to use it again.
Yeah, like I was just gonna say, like it adds to the dagger heartiness of players sort of interacting with the environment and actually being part of the creation of the environment. Like I was gonna say, like I was a big fan of Tim's idea of saying, like, oh, there's like side of this wall that seems to be a bit more cloudy than the rest of this like mirrored wall. Can I take a look at it? So yeah, I think that just adds, like it adds on to the Daggerheart being involved. Everyone is creating the world sort of vibe that it wants to go for, basically.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I guess, well, if we jump into episode 14 for mechanics chatter, how did you guys find a colossal fight?
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah,
I'll do it
That
again.
was so much
Yeah.
I'll do that
Big
again.
lady.
Yeah, I think it went really well.
I was a little worried that I was just like, oh, what if this is just a bit of a pushover, a bit of a cakewalk? And to be fair, I think Tim, you were the one that kind of did the post-battle damage assessment, and you were like, yeah, we lost like 4 hit points total across the 5 of you. But yeah, again, you're rolling really well. Her difficulty.
There were a lot of near misses, I think, and if anyone other than Abe had been targeted, we would have been squished into the ground.
Yeah,
it's just Abe being the best tank.
Yeah.
I think it's quite swingy as well, because if you've got like a 50% chance to be hit, and then that hit does most of your health, then
I think because Pfizer managed to grab Cass and then just effortlessly did severe damage. Did Cooper take damage?
I got grabbed, but it was at the very end, so I didn't get crushed.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, Abe took damage, Griffin took damage, and then of course Coraline took damage by just being hurtled to the floor.
I think Cooper did get damage initially from being grabbed, but not as much.
There wasn't a crush.
It wasn't a crush.
No, that's fair. I mean, I think it was Tim. You were shocked that Pfizer, this literal god with a small g, had like a +2 to hit. But yeah, it's interesting how how the game feels different from a player perspective when you're rolling 2d12. So you're just overwhelmingly averaging 13 plus your stats, versus me using the d20, where it's obviously just equal chances from 1 to 20. So I'm literally all over the place. So yeah, you guys, you got quite lucky because, as you say, there were a few near misses. Like when she punched the wall with Abe in her hands and just missed Griffin and Gardy. yeah, you like that's suddenly that's another 3d12 plus 12 damage or something
Yeah.
absolutely bananas.
I think we didn't really get many rolls that failed with fear.
No.
But a lot of the time, if we did fail, we failed with hope, or if we did fail, if we either would fail with failed with hope, or we would succeed but with fear.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get any of that double bad where you
Yeah.
fail with fear and then everything,
And you get clobbered, yeah.
and then you get clobbered, and also something else happens. Whereas we had a lot of sort of squiffy bits.
I think it worked well. I think it felt like you were clambering across this large, ponderous creature, and like desperately trying to keep out the way of, like when the threat of her actually landing a blow became like a reality. I could feel like the fear from the five of you. Like when Coraline saved Guardy, like redirected Guardy onto the heart crystal, and then smacked into the ground, and then Pfizer lifted her leg up to stamp on her, and everyone was like, no.
That's our girl right there. She's really helpful.
Yeah.
No.
I think the quite low hit chance does help to add to that, like that feeling of it being like a Godzilla rubber suit monster that moves like fairly slowly and ponderously, but with these huge hits.
Yeah, it's not going to do lots of little damage. It's going to do
One big damage.
damage. But didn't it have like the same thresholds as Abe?
Her thresholds, Pfizer's threshold were like 3 higher than Abe's. Like when you were just like, oh yeah, I've got severe 42, and I was sat there going, what? What? Like I've got 45. What's happening here?
He's in a vest.
I actually wear armor. He's a bear. It's a little vest. And a neckerchief.
It's the neckerchief that does it.
There's all the difference.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys agree with me when I say, like, I can only assume that Pfizer's turns felt scary because you were just like, oh, if she hits, this is going to be catastrophic, apart from Abe. But in other TTRPGs, if you fight like a big scary bad, the chances are they've got like a stupidly high plus to hit. So when you're like, oh yeah, this vampire's got D20 plus 12 or something dark, and you're just like, well, I'm just gonna get hit. I'm just gonna eat shit every time. I'm always gonna take damage. It's always gonna be a lot. And I feel like that fear of I don't know if I'm going to be hit or not makes them more scary, even if the final result is less damage. Because I feel like if I'd statted out Pfizer to be a 5th edition boss, and then she just would have been stomping around with
just
plus
hitting
10s
everything all the time. Yeah.
I can't help but feel you guys would just be like, okay, whatevs.
Being hit again. Okay.
Yeah. Because I think it's a similar situation to the Black Garden Campaign 2, which Nate can probably attest to. So they were like the super scary top dollar city guards that were a bit like supernatural, bit monstrous, and like the threat of one of them swinging a halberd and everyone just being like, because they knew
none of us really wanted to approach one whatsoever, because we just knew that, like, no, this is the thing that will F you up.
It goes one way or the other. Either I get away scot-free or I get chopped in half. But yeah, I feel that just makes them more tense, more exciting.
I think it's more of a gamble, isn't it? It's just like could go great, could go awful.
I also think with D&D, like if you knew that you were coming up against a boss that was like had really high like AC, was going to be really difficult for you to attack. Like me as Griffin playing sort of like a very squishy character, I would probably stay back and just use my abilities to sort of buff people up. But because it feels like there's more of a chance that I can also make an attack, it makes me more want to get in with the action rather than just stand back and let like someone like Abe sort of take on the bigger hits. And then that also then is more likely to put your character in peril if then Pfizer gets sort of like that successful roll and actually twats you. Because I think that it sort of helps with kind of getting everyone to be involved rather than you just do have those characters that sort of stand back and do ranged attacks and don't really get in there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think I agree with that.
Yeah,
I also really enjoyed. Sorry, go on,
Okay.
Tim.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think going back to the sort of D&D comparison, having the Colossus rules with lots of different body parts that we could affect and change the fight for the better down the line, it's a lot more satisfying than just hitting a big bag of hit points until it explodes.
Yeah. It felt more like a more interesting fight because you're kind of like, okay, fight this, then this, then. Like, it felt more like a video game fight rather than just and that kind of like, oh, you've got to hit these crystals first, and then it makes the middle one weak, and then you've got to get that one. Like,
like you guys were being tactical about it. You took one look at the big scythe crystal coming out Pfizer's right hand, and you just went, no. She's not having that one anymore.
Pew 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 pew.
But yeah, and like even then, it also feels nice. I think, you know, thinking about the bag of hit points idea, it feels nice that when you destroyed the corruption. So when you filled out all the hit points on a segment, I stopped using the ability of that area, so it felt like a series of small wins, like you climbing that mountain until you got to the top. Whereas, like for all of my years of experience in 5th edition, and it's, to be fair, it's the same for 4th edition, which was more tactical wargamey like. The best condition to inflict on an enemy was dead. Nothing really mattered until that point. So yeah, I think like when Cooper and Cass managed to destroy the right arm, when Guardy and Griffin managed to destroy the head crystals, and Abe, destroy the head crystals. Even when Griffin crit fireballed the left arm that was holding Cass, like every time I described one of those bits being like purified, you guys were like, yeah, oh, Cass is falling, no!
Oh, we didn't think this through.
I mean, the bit with firing the arm, that was Griffin and Guardy's big gay firebird that did that.
Oh yes, yes, it was a tag team, wasn't it?
It was a tag team and a crit.
Yeah, it was a tag team and a crit. But on top of that, there was a comment that was on the last episode that someone left, and I think both of us, I agreed with it, and I think, big gay firebird. It was the fact that why is tag teams only allowed once per session? Like, because it's such a heavy resource that you have to use. You have to use 3 hopes. Yeah. Why can't you just have it all whenever you want to, and then just have the resources, and then it's your responsibility to sort of manage the resources of your hope to do it?
No, it does seem it's weirdly arbitrary, because I don't think any of us did more than one tag team.
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't have the hope at all. Like, I was like, oh yeah, unlimited tag teams. That's what I was going to say. I really enjoyed the fact that we did have.
I was never
option,
on a limb,
but I never had the hope.
Yeah, I was never on a limb with anyone. I was always just see the big
just there on the thigh, just like
or there on the thigh, or on the ground.
I mean, Abe did a tag team with Cass.
Yeah, on the leg.
Cass turned up on the leg.
On the thigh.
You were both scrambling on the thigh.
We did do
and you headbutted the thigh.
Oh yeah,
that was a tag team.
I think I was so excited about headbutting a thigh that I just forgot.
And I think Griffin and Guardy did 2 tag teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. because I guess now I remember when we first started playing it, I kind of looked at it and went, "No, they should only get one, not like one each." But I think I was I say I was reeling from the discovery of Soldier's Bond, but I think that abject horror that I feel in my chest hasn't actually dissipated in any way, shape, or form. Because fundamentally, what Soldier's Bond means is for 2 attacks, we're going to guarantee severe damage. Dan, that's what we're going to tag team, and we're going to do. We might even crit, but we're going to do severe damage. Like you can do nothing to stop us.
It's funny what like that's definitely so powerful, because hope's always the thing that I'm like, God, I wish I had more hope. Like stress I can manage fine, HP, armor is all fine, but hope is like always the thing that I feel like I need more of.
Yeah.
And being able to get some of it because Abe's like, nice.
I don't know how everyone else feels. Like, obviously, because everyone except him, we all played the beta test. Like, do we feel like hope was easier to get before the proper release?
I think
because I kind of get a feeling that hope felt a bit easier.
There's more things to spend hope on in the released rules.
Yeah,
like you guys didn't have hope
more.
features. Yeah.
You
I've
transfer
not
it
spent
way faster.
Yeah, I have a hope feature, which is Rogue's Hope, which I've barely used because it's 3 hope. And I'm like, my innovation's high enough. I've never needed to use it, but it's also there in case I'm like, this boss battle is going really badly. I'm going to need that evasion, but that's only if I have 3 hope handy, which is very hard to come by. If I'm rolling well enough, it's not a problem. But if you're not rolling well enough, then... And also, we were before not rolling experience with hope, if I remember correctly, which obviously meant that we had more hope.
Some of us were rolling. Some of us were taking our hope off.
Yes.
And others weren't. And it's funny how Nathan feels like he's spending more hope now, because it's almost like you're actually doing the rougher rolls.
It's funny how the game gets harder when you play it correctly, isn't it? Yeah.
So why have you
you're not
changed colour,
cheating.
Nate?
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'll admit that in the recent Bad Lads mini shop that Nate ran, it's weird because when I'm sat in the GM seat, there's a part of me that's like, oh, these guys have got hope for days. What's happening? But then when I was playing Bendel, I was just like, I've got nothing left. The tank's empty, boss. I think I got 3 hope, got excited, immediately spent it, and then was like, I'm starving again.
Yeah, but I think that's because you probably haven't played when I'm doing my loadout of cards, I'm really I can't have too many that are hope spendy, because I'm just like, I just try and do a mix of ones that need stress, one that needs hope, and then obviously in the back of my mind I'm like, I could just give someone a compliment and get 3 hope anyway. So
such honkery.
I haven't done it yet because I didn't want to make you too mad, but my ability for being a guardian is that if I spend 3 hope, I gain 3 more armor slots, so I could just give someone a compliment and then just get 3 more armor slots.
It's so anti-Abe as well to do that. It just makes me laugh.
It's the short bait, isn't it? Where Abe turns to Cass and go, "You look nice," and then blocks a nuclear missile with his wooden shield.
I kind of headcanon it that because Abe very rarely compliments you, when he does, it feels incredible.
That's I take it from
he stores it when he means it.
Yeah, I take it that how I feel if my dad ever notices anything or says anything to me, and I go, "Wow, this is the first time you've ever noticed. You've got my name right. I'm just brilliant."
Speaking of abilities, I've really enjoyed Premonition. Just very occasionally getting to be like,
that.
I don't like that whole situation.
Yeah.
Let's just not have that happen at all.
Let's cancel that.
Thanks.
Start again.
Yeah,
Didn't like
because
it.
you used it with the Gigaphalin lair, didn't you, against the ice moths?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
were just like, actually, no, I didn't go to E.
No, that didn't happen.
But like, there's a part of me that thinks that's such an easy thing, like an easy idea to put into a TTRPG. Like, why don't we see that kind of more often? I suppose the closest we've come to it really, like, is in Blaze in the Dark with the
Blaze
flashbacks.
in the Dark, yeah.
But at least then, like, the instigating instance still happens. Just you get to flip the script on its head and say, I can bypass it by doing because I did this. But outright being able to go, no,
No.
Didn't like it.
Actually, yeah.
rewind.
Had a weird dream, and I thought, nah.
I wonder if it is because like there's more of that collaborative world building and player stuff in Daggerheart than in some other stuff. That means that, because I think if there's a lot of situations where you're running something a bit more set, like a D&D thing, where that could really break something cool that you have planned.
Yes.
Oh yeah, if you're more like a railroading kind of DM and you need your players to get somewhere and they're like, actually no, that didn't happen. You're like,
We didn't get on the airship. Like, oh, but I've prepared 10 sessions of airship.
Shall we do a Daggerheart Final Destination like horror one shot that starts with someone casting premonition, be like, "Don't get on the roller coaster! Don't get on the roller coaster!
Don't travel behind that log van."
Yeah. No one get in that horse-drawn cart." Yes. So overall, I thought Colossus fights worked pretty well. Like better than I expected, maybe.
Well, we did
Dungeons,
better than I expected. I thought one of us
yes.
was going to die.
Yeah, I think the only tweak I would maybe suggest for Colossus fights is if they have more AoE attacks,
Yes.
then that's more likely to like put a hit on at least someone.
yeah, more likely to terrify us as well. I think if we know that at some point, like maybe like all of her body's going to freeze and we're all going to get hit by it because we're all on her body.
Yeah.
Mm.
There were.
I did.
So go on, Faye.
I was going to say, because like I found in some cases, because of the moth attack we had, that was a lot more terrifying because of what they were able to do in a way with the AoE effect on us. Like, you're all frozen now. What? I kind of expected a little bit more from that from Pfizer, but like not in like a bad way. I'm glad she didn't, because that
I'm glad
would have
she didn't
been
freeze us
bad.
off. That would have been bad.
To be fair, one of the ideas I did kind of have, and clearly never made it into my notes because I've only just remembered it. But one of the reasons why I had the ledges in the fight was because there would be a warning that like she was going to flash freeze herself. So you'd all have to jump off her and then jump back onto her after the flash freezing happened. But you're absolutely right. I think it's thinking up the cool little ideas, unabashedly stealing mechanics from like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 raid bosses that are just quite video gamey, but actually in the theatre of like collaborative, like narrative kind of role playing. You know, I can just say, you notice that her feet, like a sheet of flash frozen ice is beginning to rise from her feet up. It looks like she's gonna like freeze you all solid across her form. You've got to jump, like, and then seeing what happens. Or not even saying you got to jump, just telling you it's gonna happen, and then just letting it
What
happen.
we do from there. Oh god, I'll take it.
Yeah. just wrap round the thigh with all four limbs.
We can't go.
But yeah, no, like looking at because I built her as a bit of a Frankenstein of the 4 colossi in the rulebook.
Was she also a train?
There were numbers that I pulled from the train colossus. Yeah. From
If we would have gone
Daggerheart.
for long enough, she would have just transformed into a train.
Yeah.
Like there were there were a few bits I pulled from the tier 4 Colossus. I won't show it to you because it is a giant spider mummy thing. So
Yummy.
yeah, I'll save Theo that.
Thank you very much.
But I can tell you that the tier 4 Colossus is called Kalir, the Virulent Hate and her 100 children. And yeah, one of the like AoE style attacks that Kalir has is you target a segment, and then everyone on that segment just gets swarmed by hundreds of tiny little crab spiders that surge out of her and just yeah, like no.
That sounds
no.
amazing.
But yeah, so, like I've certainly taken the things I've learned from the Pfizer fight. I'm certainly going to build upon in case there's another fight in this campaign that uses the Colossus rules.
Yeah.
Why
You
would
know,
that
Titan
happen?
Isles.
Why
I
would we
don't
do
think
that
so.
then?
The chicken man's dead.
Yeah, who knows when that'll be? But what? How are you guys feeling about the plot?
I was going to say, speaking of what Livy just said, Dan broke my bird, and and now Exo has a nice
Finger
yummy
looking
heart.
good.
to
Finger
eat.
looking good.
That was a
Yeah.
big heart as well.
A very big heart.
It's going to take him at least half an hour. Is it going to be like, who's the guy who does like the food challenges? Is it going to be like that, where he's got half an hour
Yeah.
to eat it?
Beer beats food.
Yeah.
I was
Gonna do a
imagining
mukbang.
mukbang, yeah.
Okay.
Just start screaming
the heart
in
of a god.
Just covers it all in like Korean chili sauce.
Yeah, like I think a lot of plot stuff happened. Episodes 12 to 14, we had so you helped Pfizer. She pulled the big shard out of her chest, and that seemingly depowered. You discovered what the corruption was. That appears to be like shards of the god, the actual god, Big G, Kervotha. So one of the dragons that was killed during the war. We found out his besties with Cooper.
Yeah, like
Cooper's
unwilling bestie. At least I got to
She-
choose Griffin. Like,
she's
what the
the
hell?
house-
Does...
She's the housemate that keeps on stealing your beans.
Yeah,
From-
absolutely.
It
So,
turned
yeah.
out the Hammered Rider wants to kiss Coraline.
You found out who the Hammered Rider is.
Yeah, he's also not
Mate.
a weird. He was a man. He was a keeper.
Yeah.
And now he's not a keeper
Now
anymore.
he's not
Whatever he
a
is, he's
Not
a
a
weird
keeper
now.
He's a
Oh.
butt boy.
He's a little funny
So
boy.
I'm
yeah,
getting
was
the
was that
Alan
okay?
from Jumanji vibes.
yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah. So we now know that Dawlish, so one of the expedition, who was like Coraline's. I think we kind of so there was Montague that was like the navigator, but Dawlish was almost like the guide, who heroically kind of sacrificed himself on the rear guard to allow the rest of the expedition to escape. But yeah, Dawlish is kicking about, and he's absconded with your NPC. He's run away with Coraline. What else? What else has happened?
Where's that? Where's Dan? Where's our last snatcher? Is it okay?
Yeah, where's the last?
It's just
Is he okay?
a free roaming snatcher. Just
No.
for the finale, you're like, I can picture it now. The finale fight, it doesn't go well. The five of you lie near broken, desperate, and then silhouetted on a fading sunset is a snatcher with a Rambo hat bandana, and it's just like having trekked from a icy tundra, just punching all of the wildlife on the way through. Comes galloping to your rescue. One shots the big bad, like drop kicks them off the planet.
Yes.
Exo's weakness, snatchers.
Snatches.
Yeah. You describe that they have like virulent bites, like they're just full of diseases. So gives Exo like really bad rabies.
It's like War of the Worlds. You'll just die of a common cold or something.
Yeah, it's like you guys have read my notes.
It was mentioned. So Coraline did mention in episode 12. I was thinking then episode 12 that if Cooper can see through Exo's eyes, there may be a possibility that Exo can see through his eyes as well.
Didn't like that.
Didn't like that.
Better
So
pop
did
those
he know
beakers
where
out.
we were going?
And he because then that's why he went to see Boo and Ann, because he knew that
That's
we
why
were
he
going to
went for
fight
some
it.
KFC.
You want a KFC? Not
Instead of a slush puppy or
Yeah. KFC.
it's even worse.
Yeah, Jack, what the inside of Pfizer will be like. Just slush puppy, just scoop it up. Get more
That's
bacon.
what it was like,
Raspberry, obviously.
spraying out when she took the crystal out. It was just load of slush.
Just
puppy.
Mr.
Oh,
Icy.
strawberry.
But yeah, we're like we know that you guys are going to have a bit of an R&R session, so a lot of these plot points that we haven't really had a time to dwell on because we've been rushing forwards to punch Pfizer in the shin. But yeah, like, are there any things that you imagine are on the horizon that you're simultaneously looking forward to and also not looking forward to? like looking forward to as players, maybe less so as player characters.
Mhm.
Well, we definitely
Well-
know that there's going to be an Exo fight.
Yeah, fight
We're going to have to
Yeah.
fight him again.
Yeah, I get the
Now
feeling maybe.
he eaten a god. Like, he was hard enough the first time. He took out me and Cooper the first time. He
So
took
make
out
sure he
me.
doesn't explode again.
Like, he'd be crazy. And so doing it again, plus him having god
Tighten
status.
out God status. Yeah.
not
How are we going to stop him
good.
blowing up? Going,
Yeah, how are we
I
gonna-
think-
in the dark?
I think we do a Batman or an Iron Man.
Just throw him
and
out
I
into
take
sea.
him out to sea. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh,
throw him
yeah.
out there.
Take him
Just
to
drop
sea.
him in the ocean.
Either into sea or into space. Those are the two options.
But they like that.
I've heard there's
I like
an
that a
airship
lot.
somewhere.
Years later, Ella's married.
Yeah, that-
Stealing
that
Sorrowing
is another-
Township. We're zooming it into the sun.
Oh
With
yeah.
Exo in it.
And actually, it looks like someone's on there and it's actually on autopilot. And then we live a happy life for the rest of our days.
Ella's is at a cafe in Paris, and it's like.
We look at one another.
We all, as one, turn to look at her.
All of
all
us.
dressed
Just all
as
of us
Michael Caine.
are in a cafe in Italy.
Yeah, we're all in like trench coats and sunglasses.
Please draw this, Libby.
That's what's going to happen. I would be very disappointed if that isn't how our last fight goes.
I can assure you I'm making notes.
Autopilot on the
Yes.
airship,
Yes.
so we can do a double.
So yeah, there's quite a few things that have unraveled. Obviously, because we spend a little bit of time in the next episode doing a little bit of R&R, so we'll figure some of that stuff out. I mean, I guess other things on the horizon.
We've got to go to the mountain, which is full of bad.
Yeah,
Bad Martin.
Cooper's not been reapproached about his job offer. Lord Sorrowwind is somewhere between here and there.
He's just going to turn up
Somewhere.
and be a bastard at some point.
Yeah.
What's going to happen with Coraline now that the Hamadryad has whisked her away?
Well,
They're going to just have a nice life. It'll be
nice
fine.
time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't
Yeah.
expect we'll see her again.
She deserves it. Good for
Maybe
her.
she'll be made of
Cuddle.
leaves next time we see her, and it'd be cool.
Maybe. I'm looking forward to it. How do we get Griffin a legendary magic item? It's a good question. I mean,
yeah. Cool.
well, so I mean, yeah, you guys have 8d12 of loot to roll, and I was just having a little cheeky gander. I mean, what is a legendary magical item?
Just for me, just for Griffin.
Just for you.
I
mean-
want one.
I mean,
No.
if you collectively decided to roll 5d12 and then you got super spicy, I would laugh if I was like, yeah, I'm gonna roll 5d12, and then rolls a 54 out of 60 and gets a gem of might. You can attach this gem to weapon, allowing you to use your strength when making an attack with this item.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Oh wait,
Please.
no, because your axe is already strength.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
You just want to hit people
Double
with a
strength,
concertina,
yeah.
that's all.
Just want more.
Yeah, that's true. I could put on anything, couldn't I? I could just start.
Yeah, there's
Pistol
some
punching
interesting things in here. I mean, I guess this is the threat of random items, isn't it? Like you'll just roll something and go, no one wants that. Like,
Yeah.
One of us will get a use out of it, I'm sure.
well, I mean, there's
I'm still
one-
looking for choice for my gill potion that I've got. I'll find a pond somewhere.
Any moment now.
Yeah, you might find a moment to use that. Maybe 59 once per session. When the GM spends a fear, you can spend 4 hope to cancel the effects of that spent fear.
But none
You
of
can
us
spend-
have any hope.
We're hopeless, Dan.
But no, I would just, if any of you if the person holding wearing the ring of unbreakable resolve were to just sit there with 4 hope, just looking at me.
That's amazing.
ever spend fear again.
Like,
Dan, we've just had a super chat.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we have. Amazing.
Oh.
Thank you, Fancy Animal Vegan. Thank you. You know what?
Thank you.
Here's some luck for the roll. When we decide, realistically, are you guys gonna roll 5d12?
Yeah.
Out of the
Yeah.
8d12, so yeah.
Let's do it. It'll be fun.
Let's say the luck that Fancy Animal Vegan has just given you, has just donated with a $5.55. Thank you so much. I'll let you re-roll that 5d12.
This is
Yay.
incredible news.
Doubles.
That's what
And
community
if
is
you-
all about.
If you roll from Gem of Might that lets you use Strength instead of what you normally use, to like Gem of Audacity that lets you use Presence instead of what you normally use.
I want that.
I mean, isn't it then worth that basically you roll with advantage and just choose the best of the two?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but
pretty
then
much.
that way, then you decide. Whereas the other way, you have to gamble again and then roll, and it might be worse than.
Don't
what you
want to
like
gamble,
to
Livy. I want to
gamble.
choose.
Oh, I love gambling.
Yeah, I just need one more roll, man.
What do I want to roll there?
I just need the roll. Okay, amazing. Yeah, so I'm going to make a note, but in case I don't look at my notebook next Monday, someone remind me that we've got a re-roll, we've got an advantage however we wangle it on the inevitable 5d12 loot roll that you guys have accrued. I mean, you could get super lucky, and if you rolled straight 12s on 5d12 on the consumable table, you could get a star drop that deals 8d20 physical damage to all targets within very far range.
How? You punch
That-
them.
But it's called a star drop. I mean, that
Is it just
ironically,
like an RPG?
well, no, because the thing is, it's all targets within very far range. So that includes you, because it doesn't specify that you like throw
All
it.
targets, including the
is.
team.
Oh,
It
no.
is.
Oh no.
That is
Everyone
the
gets
we're about to
damage.
lose.
Yeah.
Call in and you got my position.
Yeah, so maybe you roll that. Maybe you roll that. Yeah, we have quite a lot in quite well. I've got quite a lot planned for Act 3. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a lot planned for Act 3. Do we want to talk about what we're working towards for the finale, or shall we keep that under wraps for a little while longer?
I would say keep it until we definitely know.
Definitely know.
Things are
Okay,
booked
fine.
in, yeah.
Who knows
Fine,
how
well-
much we're going to mess up your plans between now and then?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's true, yeah.
Okay, well, let's just say that there are things bubbling beneath the surface. Shall we say that? Like there are wheels in
Yeah,
motion.
very exciting
for
things.
the act.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting things planned for the Act 3 finale and like the finale of the whole campaign. But yeah, we'll see what happens between now and then, because I'm sure you guys are gonna surprise me on the way out. What else have we got to natter about real quick? Was there anything else in the group chat?
Well, just a quick question from Fantasy Animal Vegan, just
Yes.
asking how we're finding. Do we like the Daggerheart system? I think we've got plenty of videos that say that we're all
We
pretty
do.
big fans of it.
Yes, yeah. I'm really enjoying it. Like it's a bit more so the more I play it, because I'm unlearning the bad habits that I kind of came into it with, and yeah, I've had quite a few epiphanies. A lot from when we played it for the beta playtest through to now. I think, Nate, you've probably been privy to a lot of me going, "Oh, what if I do this? Then actually it works a lot better." Yeah. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. How's Georgia finding it?
How's Georgia finding which aspect? Sorry.
Daggerheart in its
Daggerheart.
entirety.
Daggerheart in general. Oh, sorry, I thought it meant individual aspects. Yeah, it's still great. I do really enjoy the more player creation aspects of it, especially the bits you've been introducing recently, and the countdown clocks. There are elements of it that really feel different to, like, say, standard D&D or one of the other TTRPGs we might have played. Just that incorporation of sort of surprise, I suppose, and we all create something that the other people won't expect. That's always fun. And again, as I said, the panic of creation.
Yes.
Panic of improv.
How about Tim? Because you're the newest to the system.
I'm just a little baby, yeah.
A little baby.
Yeah,
how are you finding it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it's interesting because it's a very similar vibe, I guess, to D&D in terms of the world that you're in, but it does feel quite different to play. It's interesting. It's like it, as you say, it's been a bit of a shift. It's been a bit of a gear shift to get into how it feels. But yeah, I really like the opportunity to be creative in those moments, and that it is a little bit. It gives you a bit more free rein to decide. Like, I think this ability that I have could do this cool thing. If I ask Dan nicely, I'm going to try and do a cool thing.
Yeah.
Where I enjoy D&D as well for its more sort of classic war gaminess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it both are great at different things, and I enjoy both.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think those moments where you look at one of your own abilities and intuit, I reckon I can make an argument that it can be useful in this scenario because X. That leads to some of the most exciting and clutch, like, oh, moments. Because, again, Nate, you probably, I'm hoping you agree, but like there were certainly like countless moments in campaign 2, like using blades, where you were just like, I'm going to do this in a way that I know Dan hasn't thought of. And I just sit there going, that tracks. Yeah, let's go. Like, what's happening? And just so many abilities. I I think just the lack of rigidness, like Cassandra, when you got dropped by Pfizer, and like almost effortlessly, you're like, I'm going to cast Fly. Like, and arguably, if it were D&D, like, would that have?
I don't think I would
that
have
been
been
allowed?
given the time. I'd have to wait for my next turn, by which time I'd already be on the ground and probably dead. Because I have like 3 armor slots.
Yes. So yeah, just those things, like, and even the tag teams, like Big Dumb Gay Firebird,
He's not dumb.
sorry, Big Clever Gay Firebird, like critting a god and cleansing corruption. I mean, that's got to be an analogy for something. But yeah, that was just again, you're just taking 2 things, mashing them together, coming up with something new. I'm never going to anticipate it. But yeah, sorry.
I think like very quickly, just actually going back to like the very first Tales that we played, like even with like the death mechanics, like they can be just massively exciting. So I think me and Livy have been actually having chats about if we were to perish in the finale, like how would we do it? Would we just decide to sacrifice ourselves and do a big boom, but then we lose our character? Would we, sort of take a scar so we kept our character still because we've just got so far, and take a scar but not be able to be in the rest of the fight? Or would we do the 50-50 like with Azakar? Because that was I was fully prepared to lose Azakar that night. But
it feels even more sweet that he survived.
And that was
I
like
think
the
he did a
final
crit.
blow. Yeah, that was the final blow, wasn't it?
And I want to know, if we die tag team die, do we double crit?
Ooh.
That's what I want to know. Because if you die, if you go out in a blaze of glory, you auto crit.
Yeah.
So if you both go out in a blaze of glory together, do you auto crit? Double damage.
I mean,
I think
If that happens, it's going to be a fireball with me.
that is some
Explode.
Dragon
So cool.
Ball Z level honkery right there.
But I think
What if the entire team holds hands?
Why if we double
We all just hold hands and then we just all explode.
How do you like it, Exo? Boom!
You all hold hands. You all tell me that you've been secretly saving up. You've bought one of these star drops that deal 8d20 damage to all targets within very far range, and then you inform me you're double critting. And I just replace the world map with a crater.
But
End the campaign. Like immediate fade to black, no credits, nothing, just end of stream.
That's my kind of film ending. I would appreciate that. I would love that. I'll be like, brilliant, love it. No namby pamby. What are they doing in 10 years? No,
yeah.
done. Bang, done. Dead.
Credits run.
Run.
We still have time for the epilogue, but we're all just sitting in silence.
Just a eulogy.
Yeah.
We're still booked out for another hour. Can we?
I assume like the after credits bit is just Abe sitting relatively untouched in the crater, like.
Yeah, his 10 armor slot saved him.
Oh yeah, I just reduced the damage down to 0.
Just what expected.
Just go out complimenting EXO, and I get my 3 hope.
Well, are there how is Nate finding Daggerheart?
I really like Daggerheart. Like I've really enjoyed sort of like both sort of like the playtest that we did and Tales, and now that we're playing this, especially having a chance to play like a couple of different classes, and also having the opportunity to also run my own Daggerheart game as well, which I really like appreciated the fact that how much actually does go on behind the scenes as a GM when it comes to Daggerheart. And yeah, there is a lot more. There does actually feel like a lot more chances for more honkery when it comes to being a GM with Daggerheart as well. And also, if you can't be asked to make something up, you go, "Oh, what do you guys see?
What do you see?" Yeah,
Yeah. What are you looking at?
Maybe that was Matt Mercer's plan all along. where he was sat there in a meeting with like Spencer Stark and Rowan, and they were talking about mechanics, and he was just like, please, I've been doing this for 10 years, just let them figure it out themselves.
Well, that was the
Yeah.
thing. And then Matt
Don't see him
Mercer was
anymore.
really hoping that campaign 4 would be Daggerheart, and they were like, no, we'll go back to D&D. And he was like, let Brennan do it then.
No!
Let Brennan do it.
I'm out. I'm done.
I'm
I'm
so
out.
tired, guys.
Yeah. What do you mean,
Let's-
13 players? What do you mean? Okay, last one not least, Livy. Are you enjoyed Daggerheart?
And Theo hasn't said anything.
Oh,
Or has he?
Oh,
It's all right. I'm not really.
hush,
Yeah.
Livy. Theo, what do you think?
I know.
We know
I
what you
really,
think.
I really enjoyed Daggerheart. I think we've touched on all the reasons why. I think what I think's nice, particularly with the character creation stuff, is the experiences. I think getting your head, like, I really struggled to get my head around the experiences during Tales, because I was like, oh, I don't know if this really relates to the situation. Can I use this? I hadn't really built adequate experiences, but now I'm just like, I need my hope because I need my experience so bad, or I'm gonna fail this run. Like, you know, especially I think with a rogue as well, because you really want to just pile up as much as you can, so yeah, that sneak attack is worth doing.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. I think it actually, and like designing the experience as well. So like with Cooper, his street smarts comes in quite a few occasions, and I'm able to kind of go, hey Dan, he's you know, he's done a load of stuff as a street kid. Surely this is relevant to him, you know, climbing a colossus, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think it's great, like to be able to do that way. It just feels so limiting to go think about how you would do that in D&D now. I feel like there's so much more I can do as a player,
'Cause I think
narratively as well.
it just makes your character feel that much more realized, that much more awesome, because it's like, oh, because I've got all these street smarts from this illustrious backstory that I've got, I'm gonna ace this. Like I'm gonna, and like even if it's only for yourself, kind of going, oh, my character's able to do things better because of the reason that I thought of. Like that just, yeah, that gives you a little.
It gives you a bit more, even if you fail the role or you don't fail it as well. It still feels narratively relevant because you understand the character because of the experience. So you can turn around and say, oh, you know, even though you're expert at this, you've missed this one footing because someone tried to grab your leg at the same time. So you would have, you know, like that sort of thing. But yeah, I really enjoy it. And I really enjoy like leveling up is actually quite straightforward to do, and it feels like I am building on those narrative elements. I don't think we've talked a lot about leveling up in these chats, but yeah.
No, we're gonna have to fly through
very
that in the next episode. Yes, you guys. Some of the things you lot have chosen for level 6 have just made me go, "Oh, this makes Soldier's Bond seem tame by comparison."
I've upped all my proficiencies, Dan.
Yes, you have.
I've
Yes,
upped my
you have.
thresholds again, Dan.
Yes, you have.
What
I think you are
colossal damage can you hold now, Livy?
I think you are now tougher than Pfizer. I think you've surpassed a literal god. Okay, so Livy, apart from surpassing the defensive stats of a god, have you been enjoying Daggerheart?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. It's been, I think as Nathan said, because we've played quite a lot of it now, it's been nice to kind of go through some different characters and seeing how each of them kind of work. Like it was interesting going from, but I found it quite hard because obviously we did Badlands recently, and going from Abe to not Abe was tough. It was hard.
I mean, I don't know if Abe wants to wear what Firenze wears. Like, no one would say no.
No. But yeah, it's.
I can make it happen on Hero Forge. Just say the word, and I'll import the cost of the outfit over.
But yeah, obviously I enjoy combat. Like that's a big motive for me playing TTRPG. Obviously, like role play, chatting, yeah, blah blah blah. But I want to hit things. That's very important to me. And I do like how the combat is. Because in the beginning of playing, I was like, oh, I'm not sure how the combat's going to go. It's going to be a bit like, is it less? Because obviously it's more narrative. Like, are we going to have less exciting combat? But I think I actually really enjoy the combat aspect of it, and I like kind of how it goes because I do like to play sort of characters that like fighters and barbarians and that kind of thing. Like, and sometimes when you play like Dungeons and Dragons, you're just kind of like, great, I did my one hit. I'm gonna have to wait for 10 minutes until it goes down again.
I
do my hit
with
and
my
then
axe.
I'll go around again. Whereas at least this way, it's just kind of like, well, I'll just jump in and I can hit them again and I can hit them again and I'll hit them until I can no longer hit them because I've failed.
Yeah.
Which is great, you know. So yeah, all in all,
Amazing.
thumbs up.
Amazing. Right, I reckon, unless there was anything else burning on the list of things to talk about. No. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
There we go.
can I add one thing? Just a small
Yes.
thing. Just
Yes.
Nate pointed it out to us, but just a massive shout out to Lily Loves Fantasy on Blue Sky, who did
Yeah.
a cast fan
Oh,
art.
yeah.
Our
Nice.
first fan art for the channel.
It isn't just between us 5.
Yeah.
Some of the fan art hasn't been published, but that's
Yes.
because it's not for anyone to see.
We haven't seen it either. It's just Livy.
Just Livy, just Livy and
Livy's
Nate.
for Livy.
Just me and Nate just sending it to each other.
Yeah, like Cass has become a bit iconic. She's radiating that Ripley energy.
Headshot queen.
Killing men.
But
Looking
yeah,
for gods.
massively, kind of. Yeah, I got a little bit choked up when I saw that because
Aw.
it was over the weekend. I was like, oh. Yes. So, with all that said, you guys are now in the final act. You guys are now level 6. We have 6 episodes left of this campaign, and wouldn't you know it, the stakes are rising. There's quite a lot of new stuff that we're gonna, like, new ideas that we're gonna cross, that we're gonna kind of get involved with over the space of the next 6 episodes, and I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully you guys, like you lot playing it and enjoy it, and you watching and listening will enjoy it as well. So I reckon we call it there. Okay, we call it there. So if you have enjoyed what we've been saying, please hit the like button. If you want to find out more about what we've been saying, consider subscribing on YouTube, following on Twitch. We've got all, the whole campaign for you to watch. If you really like what we're doing, we do have a membership on YouTube, which is only a couple of pounds a month, and a Patreon for the same amount. Becoming a member obviously gives you access to all the kind of members only stuff on Patreon and YouTube, which includes some early access videos like the Bad Lads 1-shot or 2-shot that Nate ran. So that's currently
It's a doozy.
in the members only bit, although that comes that releases to publicly on Thursday. But also in our free Discord, there is a members section as well, where I'll be endeavoring to do more stuff like during the week, just to kind of say thank you for the support that you guys are giving. A massive thank you once again to Fancy Animal Vegan for the super chat. Massively blown away by that. Thank you so much. Yes, more Nate, that should be a $25 per month subscription. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Maybe even those fan arts that he and Livy keep on sending one another. So yes. With all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for sitting and chatting with us tonight. And we will be back next Monday for episode 15 and the start of the final leg of campaign 3. Boo, 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 boo.
Bye. Bye.